All right, so let's talk about astrology. We're going to look up at the stars to try and understand, well, us. It's a subject that's been around forever. But you know what's wild? It feels more popular now than ever. So let's just dive right in and figure out how this huge map of the cosmos somehow became a map of you.
I mean, it's a great question, right? We've got all this science, all this data. So why are so many of us looking to astrology for answers? It really does feel like this super modern thing. But the reason we're doing it? That's ancient. It's this deep need to figure out where we fit in this massive, kind of crazy universe.
And for centuries, the answer to that question was believed to be written right on the human body. And I mean that literally. Before astrology was all about, your personality or what's going to happen this week, it was about your physical body. It was about medicine. The whole idea was that the cosmos wasn't just some far-off thing. It was actually printed like a blueprint right onto us. And this idea got its own famous mascot, if you will, a figure called the Zodiac Man, or Homo Signorum. Now, this wasn't just some cool abstract drawing. Nope, this was a super practical diagram. It was a literal map that showed exactly how each zodiac sign was in charge of a specific part of your body.
So let's get into this a little more. This is section 1, the body of the stars. We're going to look at how the cosmos was once mapped directly onto us. I mean, think about that. Your body as this mini universe, a perfect little reflection of the stars.
Okay, take a look at this. What's so wild is just how specific this system was. This was not a party trick. This was serious business. Doctors and surgeons would actually use charts like this to decide when to do surgery. So for instance, you would never, ever operate on someone's head when the moon was in Aries, because Aries rules the head. And check this out, see Leo right here. It was believed to rule over the absolute core of our body, the heart, the spine, the upper back, the really powerful stuff. All right, section 2, the heart of the lion. To really wrap our heads around this whole thing, let's zoom in on that one example we just mentioned. Let's talk about Leo. So in astrology, every sign has what's called a ruling planet. Basically, a planet that totally gets its vibe. And for Leo, its ruler is the sun. I mean, it just makes perfect sense, doesn't it? The sun is literally the center of everything for us. It gives us life, warmth, energy. And Leo, the lion, well, he's the king of the zodiac. Fiery, bold, full of life. It's a perfect match. So you can see how it all connects, right? Leo's whole domain in the system is the core of the body's strength and power. We're talking about the heart, the spine, the upper back, even the spleen. The heart pumps our lifeblood. The spine lets us stand up straight and tall. These are the physical versions of everything Leo stands for symbolically. Leadership, courage, strength. The map was both real and symbolic at the same time. Okay, let's move on. Section 3 is mapping your life path. So how do we get from this old school physical map to the astrology we know today? Well, as medicine got more scientific and we all got a lot more interested in, psychology and our inner selves, the map didn't just vanish, it changed. It turned inward. It went from mapping our bodies to mapping our purpose. And that really gets to the core of the whole shift. The big question became, if the cosmos could map our physical bodies, then what about our inner purpose? If the stars could tell a doctor about the physical heart, could they also tell us something about the matters of the heart? Could they maybe point the way to what we're really meant to be doing with our lives? And that leads us straight to modern ideas like the Dharma chart. You can think of it as the spiritual sequel to the Zodiac Man. This isn't a map of your bones and organs anymore. It's a map of your purpose, your Dharma. It takes the traditional birth chart and kind of updates it. It brings in a more modern astronomical view to try and map out your potential life path. And what comes out of that is something like a life path report, which is designed to help us with some pretty deep questions like, what am I actually good at? How can I be most useful in this life? And maybe the biggest one, what would I be genuinely happy doing? The whole point is to move away from this is what the stars will do to you and more towards this is what the stars say about who you are and what you could be. It's about your potential, not a locked-in fate. Okay, section 4, the enduring cosmos. We're looking at an ancient idea, but through the lens of a very modern question. You can really see this straight line, right? It connects this ancient way of seeing the world directly to how we try to understand ourselves today. This comparison just lays it all out so perfectly. Back then, you had the Zodiac Man, a literal map of the body. Now you have something like the Dharma chart, a metaphorical map of your purpose. We went from physical governance to spiritual direction, from how do the stars affect my health to how do the stars reflect my path. The tools changed, the focus changed, but that basic human need to look up at the sky and ask, what's my place in all this? That has not changed one bit. Which kind of leaves us with one last big question to think about. Is our path really written in the stars, or is it written within ourselves? For hundreds of years, we thought the map of the stars was printed on our skin. Now, we use it as a map for our soul. So what is it? Is it a blueprint for a destiny we can't change? Or is it more like a mirror, just reflecting the potential of a path that we ultimately have to choose for ourselves?